12th Man, brought to you by Coca-Cola, sharing in the real magic of football.
Welcome, one and all. This is the 12th Man here on TTT. This has been a week where we've seen the Champions League semi-finals and the Europa League semi-finals. But let's go to the thoughts. Welcome back, welcome back. As we mentioned, Champions League semi-finals, and we also had the Europa League semi-finals. Let's start first with the Champions League semi-finals. On Tuesday, Arsenal found themselves behind, losing by 1-0 against PSG, setting up a difficult game next week, Wednesday, in Paris. They'll have to win. A draw would guarantee PSG a place into the finals to schedule for May the 31st, Saturday, May the 31st. Elsewhere, Barcelona came back from 2 goals down to draw 3-3 with Inter Milan in Barcelona. So they now also have to go to Inter Milan and get a win. Get a win in normal time, get a win in extra time, or go to penalty kicks, of course, if the game is drawn. Elsewhere, in terms of the European League, as predicted, Manchester United won their game by 3-0. Tottenham won their game by 3-1. Both of them will go into their respective second legs, feeling that they will each reach the May the 18th final of the European League, with the prize being a place in the Champions League. They may not be doing well in terms of the Premier League, but that doesn't matter. The winner of between those two teams, once they reach the European League final, will get a place in the valuable Champions League worth over 150 million, they say, in terms of revenue, depending on how you progress. So both teams will be going hard. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to Spain, and we are also going to several parts, London, Manchester, and Liverpool when we return. We'll be back.
Diamonds are forever, and so are true sports fans. Here in Trinidad and Tobago, the women do it the best. And if there's one man we know you can trust, it's the 12th man, Andre Errol. Catch him every Thursday on TTT's #1 sports show. And guess what? It's the 5th season, guys. The 5th season, so tune in. It's pure vibes, energy, attention to detail, and you don't want to miss it. My name is Kai Selva, and I'm your former 3-time Olympian, and I'm encouraging you all to tune in every Tuesday. You don't want to miss it. Trust me.
All right, welcome back. All right, welcome back. Now let's go immediately. We got a man nearest to me. He's the happiest man on the set. Well, almost the happiest man on the set, because his team on Sunday officially won the English Premier League. Rodney Singh joins us. He's a Liverpool supporter. Rodney, how was it for you on Sunday? And again, congratulations.
Thank you. Very exciting. I'm overjoyed. I couldn't stop smiling over the weekend. And it was a hard-fought, season. We had some slip-ups with the cup against Newcastle and the coming out of the Champions League. It hurt my heart. But I'm really glad that Real Madrid not there anymore. That put the icing on the cake. But really glad that we come out with the Premier League. And, Slot started off slow. And a lot of people gave him a little slack with Klopp 2.0. But I could see that he's a manager, that he knows how to manage the team. And he got some key signings for future, like Salah, Van Dijk, and the future looking bright.
Winning the title so early in the season. When I say so early in the season, so late in the season, but early enough with 4 matches to go, as the case may be. What does that mean for you? How would you enjoy the rest of the season?
I wouldn't say we will relax, but
right.
We'll give other players a little game, let the key players rest, let them go and see the families, let them work on certain things, and we'll come out strong. We'll be able to hit the market early, no pressure, and we'll come out even stronger next season.
All right, let's go to the youngest guest we have on set, Aiden. Aiden is a supporter of Barcelona. He's almost as young as Lamal. Yeah, but he's almost, because he's 15 years old. Aiden, congratulations on your team's performance so far. 2 titles already, 2 trophies already, I should say. When did you become a Barcelona fan, and why?
I became a Barcelona supporter in about 2020, which was reasonably one of their darkest times. It had the 8-2 loss, but I think it was down to my friends, and they were really hard supporters of Barcelona, and they influenced me to become a supporter. And I don't regret my decision at all because right now we're doing amazing. We've already won 2 trophies. We're looking for a quadruple. We just have La Liga and the UCL to win. I think it's achievable because Real Madrid, they're not really, I don't think they're challengers for the La Liga anymore. After on Sunday when we won the trophy, the Copa del Rey, I think that all their motivation for the season are gone. So they'll just recuperate for like next season. And they also have Club World Cup to focus on.
So let's talk a little bit about the Champions League. You're playing against Inter Milan. You would have gone in originally, one feels, based on the betting public, as the favourite of the last 4 teams left. How did you think? Give us your synopsis, your idea, of what would have transpired in that game.
I think it was a hard-fought result, and I think we deserved the 3-3 result. We had a good bit of injuries going into the game. We had Lewandowski injured, and we had Balde injured. 2 starters of the team, and they can't change a game if they wanted to. Lamine Yamal, he showed his brilliance. He scored an amazing goal. Rafinha, he had an amazing strike. It counted as an own goal, but he was brilliant. I think the talking points of that game was Lamine Yamal because he, at that age, he should not be that good. He's better than when Messi was his age. He was better. Yamal is better than Messi when he was at that age.
Well, it's record so far. I would hesitate to say that right now, but I would say its record is better than Messi at that age. But I agree with you, honestly. All right, so let me ask you this question. What do you think will happen in the game on Tuesday when you have to travel to Italy?
I think it will be a better result for Barcelona, simply due to Alejandro Balde. He's going to be back for that game. And I think he is actually one of the key players for Barcelona. I think he could change a game if he wanted to. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do. And I know that the San Siro is a very hard place to go and win, but I think Barcelona has the determination to go and win.
All right, thank you very much. We have Courtney here with us. Courtney's a man who, he's what you call, in my opinion, he's very calm on the outside. But inside we don't know because he told us he still wants to wait, even though Manchester United would have won away from home against Atletico Bilbao by 3-0. He still wants to wait on next week, Thursday's game, before he looks ahead to the final. Why are you lying to us?
No, I'm not lying to you. Why would I lie? Football is
So you're not confident?
It's not about being confident. Football is a very funny game.
I know, but you have 3-0 and you're going to your Old Trafford.
That's all right. Football is played on the day. So yes, we going in and, it's nice to have an advantage going in, but I'm not going to write off Atletico. That's showing disrespect to my opponents, The game is played on Thursday. When it's played on Thursday, we will, after the final whistle, then we will celebrate. We don't celebrate beforehand.
And is it when you're watching your team play, do you watch the whole game?
Most times, yes. Not all the time.
So that was you pretended, because you pretend to be a calm guy, and a calm guy would watch the game and doesn't matter if you're winning or you're losing, you watch the whole game. But if you're an emotional guy, you will stop watching the game. So do you stop watching the game? Yes,
I have stopped watching games.
You're pretending to be. You don't come and pretend here now, man.
I'm not pretending.
Oh, God.
The reality of the situation is.
Who's the family member we could call?
Probably my brother.
Okay, I thought he was going to say something else. I was going to tell him, don't say it. All right, anyway, let's go to the Arsenal man who is, he's Arthur Hutton. He's adorned in a set of Arsenal gear. Arsenal 1-0 down against PSG. What are your thoughts?
It was a hard match, Andre, and I see the guys, it's a long time you haven't put something on the shelf with respect to trophies, and I think the guys, this would augur well for them mentally. Charging them up. They'll be more charged, they'll be more hungry, they'll be more greedy. And, we had to just tighten that defense. Because that goal was scored against us, I wasn't so pleased at all as a former goalkeeper. The man was unmarked. When you're on the attack, you're supposed to be calling on your defenders, tight marking, at least. Tight marking. Because remember when a player looking for his partner, when he playing the ball, he's looking for his partner. And once you mark his partner, it's easier for you as a keeper.
So you're confident?
Yeah, very confident, Andre. Yeah, Arteta, he's doing a right job so far. He's doing a good job. He hasn't really proven himself as yet. But
you think he's doing a good job?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's still inside. My major problem is too much of small teams. I think I told you that already. Too much small teams beating us, drawing with us. I think we draw something like how much games, boys? Something like, I think one game, 25 wins. I think we have. and I think 24 drawn
No,
games.
no,
Something close.
not so much.
Or
About six,
or something.
yeah. But
Yeah.
all right,
But
before
yeah.
you go, because of time, we are going to ask each of you all the question. I'm going to start with you first, Arthur. Let's quickly tell us which team, when they lose, is be happiest. That's one team.
Yeah, City.
Man City.
Mm.
All right. Whitney? Liverpool.
Yeah.
All right, your arch enemy. You see the violence, boy? No violence. No violence. No violence. All right, people. I hope you all. Anyway. All right. Youngster Aiden, which team?
Obviously, Real Madrid.
Real
I'm
Madrid.
so happy when I lose.
Yeah. Rodney?
Manchester United.
Manchester. But you're vexed with him, man.
Yeah.
But you're vexed with him, man. All right, let's take a short break. We'll be back.
I'll do you right.
We have the best fans in the world. You can't miss the passion of Trinbagonians at a sporting event. At some point, we all become the 12th man or woman. Season 5 of The 12th Man is back and better than ever on TTT with your one and only Andre Errol Batiste. Tune in every Thursday on TTT for the most informative and action-packed show on local television. This is Asha De Freitas, a professional athletic trainer, and in case you did not know, we are your specialists in healthcare coverage for the active population.
All right, welcome back. Welcome. All right, next here, up 12th man here on TTT is a Questions of Football brought to you by Coca-Cola. Question number 1. Let's go. What is worse than your team losing an important match? A breakup, a dog bite, jumping through a window on the 3rd floor. I wonder who that applies to here. Anyway, seeing your, my goodness, seeing your ex with another. I wonder who that applies to here as well. Not in this department, but by my ears. And next one goes, listening to other supporters celebrating or getting called out to work on your day off. All right, well, or forgetting an important anniversary or nothing. All right, so yeah, the question is, what is worse than a team losing? Is it nothing? So in other words, if a team loses, that's completely vexed. Forgetting an important anniversary, getting called out to work on your day off, listening to others celebrating, seeing your ex with another, jumping through a window on the 3rd floor. Arthur, is that one? Jumping through a window on the 3rd floor. All right.
I don't know.
A dog bite, and the top one is a breakup. We're going to start with Arthur. I don't know why, but Arthur, which one of these apply to you?
This high up.
Which one? You jump into the window?
No. Lower down.
So it's listening to other supporters.
No, F.
Getting called out to work on your day off?
Yeah.
All right. Goodney, which one?
That's some interesting choices, though. But I'll have to say I'm jumping through the window.
What?
You shocked me there?
Yeah, way.
Yeah, I mean, you only come on the outside. On the inside.
Aggressive.
So, when you jump through the window, what happened?
You end up getting damage, 3rd floor is kind of high,
So, you hurt your foot? Or?
You could hurt anything when you fall through the window.
You was watching football when you jumped through the window?
Never.
Okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't football. All right. You see what I tell you? Man, not really calm. But anyway, all right. Youngster, forget his answer. Eh? All right, so let's go. Aiden, which one for you?
I do not think there's anything worse than my team losing. That's the worst feeling in the world.
Worst feeling. When you are that age, when none of these will really apply yet.
True.
Soon they will do. But soon they will. But soon they will. But all right. Rodney, let me hear you.
I would say a breakup. As a man, when I love hard. Like, I love my team. But, that hurt.
So Liverpool winning now as you raise that hurt for now?
Yeah, definitely.
So the breakup don't matter no more?
Yeah, I won't go look at
No, you wouldn't. Say that. You can't remember?
No.
I want to ask Aiden, but I will spare you. All right, let's go. Question number two. If you brought you by Coca-Cola, if you were now in secondary school, well, one of the youngsters here is in secondary school, would you still choose the same club team? It's very easy answer. It looks like yes, no, not sure, maybe, depends on the school, or my father may have a say still. All right, so is it that your father has a say still, say still, sorry, or depends on the school? Not sure, maybe, no, or yes. Courtney, if you were still in secondary school, would you still be supporting Manchester United? Because that would mean if you're in secondary school, depending on the form you're in Form 4, Form 5, you would be going through a losing period right now with Man United. So you know about pressure that is in school, right?
Yeah,
so would you still be?
Yeah, because of the history, my family's always supported United. So I grew up in a United outfit.
Your father?
Yeah.
So youngster, it's okay. All right. Youngster, let's hear you, Eden.
Obviously, I love Barca, and they're doing amazing right now. Well, I'm still in secondary school, so.
Majority of your friends support which team in school?
They support a lot. I have 2 friends who support Barca. Some support Real, some support Madrid as well.
Okay.
So it's a good
But what about the
rivalry.
English team? You don't support the English team at all? That's only supporting the European, the Spanish teams?
A little bit. So only a little bit support the English teams.
Wow. All right, very interesting. All right. Rodney?
I would say yes, I'll stay with my Liverpool.
No matter what happened, even if you were in secondary school?
Yeah.
Because remember, Liverpool didn't win a title more than 20 years before you win a title. Your 19 title.
True, boys. Our side has gone with a fight.
All right.
You know,
Arthur Hutton, if you were still in school, would you still support? They didn't win a title in years, more than years. Would you still, more than years?
Yeah, Andre. I support them very early. When that pageant.
No, but if you were in secondary school now, what am I talking about?
Yeah, I still support them.
Still support them.
And then that great goal we spoke about, was it?
Dennis Bergkamp.
Dennis Bergkamp.
All right.
Can't forget that goal at all.
All right. I hear you. All right, let's go. Question number 3. Brought to you by Coca-Cola. Given all that occurred this 2025 season, which is the best league and why? All right, anyway. La Liga, English Premier League, the French League, the Italian League, the German League.
The wicked for that.
Nah, man.
I mean-
Wayne Cunningham. I feel like Wayne Cunningham put that answer there. It had to be Wayne Cunningham put that. The TT Premier League,
Yes.
for the TT Premier Football League, the German League. I get confused, I watch it and I shake my head. The German League, the Italian League, the French League, the English Premier League and La Liga. Youngster, starting with you first. Which is the best league there?
Personally, I would say La Liga, because Barcelona is on the way to win a treble right now. And Real Madrid, although they haven't been the best, they have still put up sort of a fighting chance. And as well as Atletico, I think if they didn't match up Real Madrid in the round of 16, they would have made their way into the competition, far in the competition.
All right. Let's hear you. Which one, Rodney? Which is the best league?
The English Premier League, because we win it.
All right. Well, that is a good explanation. I don't know how valid it would be, but it is a good explanation. You can understand it. Arthur Hutton, which is the best league?
Obviously, the English Premier League, Andre. That creates a lot of excitement, I find.
Yeah.
You know, most of the teams are balanced. As I told you before, too much of small teams, I find, tend to rough up Arsenal and beat them and draw with them and kind of thing, you know. But at the end of the day, sometimes in the last few years, you find one or two teams like Liverpool jumping out front and going, you know. We were in front at one time, I think, 3 years ago, 12 points in front, and we came back and we lost. But I think that makes the excitement, you know, that creates the excitement in the English Premier League.
All right, good. Which one for you?
I have to agree with them. The EPL is the best league. It's the most competitive. It's unfortunate that this year that the 3 promoted sides got relegated. But that's hopefully, you know, it's something that they will change. You know, because it keeps they keeps the fight good. You know, I like the fact that, you know, that team that comes up from the championships, that they bring something new to the league. And hopefully next season we'll see improvement in the championship so that their teams will survive.
Well, as you go to the records will show that, because if you go in the records right now, there's a possibility that the 2 English teams could be in the European final. There's also a possibility that Chelsea will be in the conference final, and there's still 1 team left in the Champions League. So this is a year when all the English Premier League has done good from a club point of view, obviously, in terms of being involved in all of the different leagues. All right, we're going to take a short break. We will be back. This is the 12th man here on TTT.
Football can make you happy, also make you sad, but all football fans find a common ground in support of their club teams. In Trinidad and Tobago, the fans jump up with the 12th man on TTT television with Andre Baptiste and feel feel their spirits lift and their hearts filled with joy. Be part of the new Season 5, 12th Man, Journey on TTT. This is Bruce Grobler, wishing all Trini fans the very, very best. You'll never walk alone.
Welcome back, welcome back. All right, next up is the Fantasy Premier League. Let me ask, any of you, do you play Fantasy Premier League? Have you ever never played?
Never played. I still have a Me Too phone, so.
Still have all right, well, you gave us a lot of information there, a lot of information. Aiden, do you ever play?
I used to play. I don't know why I stopped though.
Yeah. Okay, that's what, because of time or what it is?
Yeah, mostly because of time. But it was really fun when I played it.
Yeah, it is fun. Good day?
Yeah, this weekend was a little rough. I think I got 57 points.
How much points you have overall, you remember?
Nah, I don't know how much I have overall.
That's not good, eh? When a man don't know, because if I ask Marvin how much points he have, you could tell me up top of your head how much points he have.
Nah, because I've had a bad season. I had some really
So, okay, if you
bad.
had a bad season, when the last you check the score, how much points you had? Man say 1,000.
14 something.
14?
Yeah, 14
That bad.
something.
That's terrible, actually. That's terrible. That's terrible. Terrible. But they didn't tell me. All right. Anyway, you did. I thought, I know you like fantasy, so you play that? Fantasy Premier League.
Fantasy Island, now, we know there several times.
You went Fantasy Island? Wait, give me a chance. Give me a, wait.
But no, I never played.
You never play?
No, it's just because of time.
Time?
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, let me
Don't get in my business.
I leave it. Me talk about jumping through window, me talk about falling through nothing. Only one man had jump through window, couldn't he? And he jump on the third floor too, I tell you. Imagine he jump on the third floor. Anyway, and he come. All right, let's go to the table. Let's have a look at the table. Let's see who's ahead in the table. We're into the last weeks of the last few weeks, I should say, of the title challenge. And there you're seeing all the different points. You're seeing the leaders. You're seeing how much points they have. 2,400 and change. Marvin, how much points he have? He hasn't told me in a while how much points he has. And then going through the list, the top 10. And one day I would like to see Marvin name among the top 20 here. He's a boastful guy, but he's not been able to make the top 20 for the season. They're the top 10. All right. See any names? Ivan Mendoza, he was here in 17th position. He's from to support Aston Villa. Not been a good time for him, obviously. As the case may be, they were there and thereabouts. All right, that's the top 20. Let's have a look at the team of the week. Team of the week. And there are different players from the team of the week. Those will be the players who got the most points. You see the points on the side of them. So if you had played those players, you'll get good points. Right? So that would you can't do it now, because they're gone, right? All right, that's telling you. All right, let's go. Who is in and who is out? These are the players who people would have. Cunha, who Manchester United are looking at from Wolves. They want to buy him. Gabriel Mamouche, who's been doing reasonably well for Manchester, Manchester City. Those are the top 5 players people brought in. Let's see who they got rid of. Palmer, Cole Palmer. He man gone more than cool right now. he freezing. He's not doing anything at all. And Rashford, well, Rashford is injured. So be fair to Rashford for Aston Villa. And then Everliston is suspended. So he's out. He got a ban. So that's why he's out. All right. There you see. All right, let's go immediately to the next segment.
You think you coulda get in on my feelings? You coulda get me fi settle down. Me give ya hit and run. Me give ya hit.
All right. So because of somebody guests here, let me try to explain this. This is nothing to do with the song. So it's not about no relationship, no love. Because one man like to break up, next man like to jump through window. Right? nothing about them things. Right? This is about which player you want to get rid of. You want to say, I don't want this player on my team no more. So I want to start with the man who is into breakups. Rodney?
That's a very good question. I would say Elliot. You know?
Harvey Elliott?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of hype has been behind him, and he has not performed that we want at that level now. And with Liverpool, he had to be up there.
So you game with him?
Well, he could go on alone. He had a little form and come back. You know, he got ties just so because he has potential. You know, he just probably hasn't had as much games as he wanted. So I'll give him a little break, give him a little loan and come back. Probably going a lower team like Man U, you know.
All right. Aidan, any player?
Yeah, I think this might sound controversial, but Ter Stegen. I think.
The goalkeeper?
Yeah.
But he's injured right now, right?
Yeah, he's injured. But before he was injured, he wasn't up to the standard that he was the past few seasons. I think getting Szczesny was genuinely one of the best decisions that we have made because he saved us time in, time out. And I don't think Ter Stegen could have replicated those saves that he had made. So I think Szczesny is a big upgrade from Ter Stegen.
All right. Interesting concept. Nothing wrong with that. Good.
I don't think it have play any squad right now that
Why are we getting so much? Go ahead. Yes, Kudney. Go ahead, sir.
I don't think I have a play any squad right now that I want to get rid of. The players that I generally had an issue with are either on loan or they've been sold. So
you're okay with the squad right?
I'm okay with the squad right now. Even though Eriksen and Casemiro and they're getting up there in age, they will age out. So
Casemiro scored a goal for you all today.
Yeah, Casemiro. If you're being honest with yourself, over the last 2-3 games, Casemiro has been performing relatively well. He catch back a length.
Okay, good. Maybe you know his contract coming to end. Possibly.
No, I don't think they would give him an option to renew.
Okay.
If they do, they might give him a 1 year.
Yeah.
Outside of that, they'll probably just let him go.
Yeah, I think so too. Arthur, any player you want to get rid of from Arsenal point of view?
No, similar to my good friend here. Not at this point in time. I'd like to see Sterling play a bit more, give him more run, but probably because of his age and thing. But yeah, I think he still have it. He still have his touches.
What make you think Sterling still have it?
I find so. He's nippy.
Where you see him on the practice field?
Huh?
Not playing for Arsenal. He might score a goal. He might score 1 goal, I think, for Arsenal this season. 1.
Maybe
he's
2 assists. He's a threat up front.
He a threat to himself.
But
a threat with us.
He loses a bit. But I wouldn't get rid of him at all. My young Lamine, he spoke about the goalkeeper.
Yes,
right. And they have Szczesny now. That is a good keeper. He was on Arsenal bench. You see me to and fro. Good keeper. Very good keeper. That was a good pick they make,
All right. So from all right, Arthur Hutton. On that note, controversial note that it is, of Sterling, a man who is not worth Sterling. We take a short break. We'll be back.
Football is back, and with it, sporting fans, so is the 12th man. It's new, it's different, it's interactive, and most of all, it's fun. This is Mikey Holding, giving a big shout out to the one and only Andre Errol Baptiste, the original 12th man, back again for a record-breaking 5th season on TTT. Join and share in the smiles and more on the 12th man.
Your business is a powerhouse, and at Unipet, we recognize the importance of efficiency in every operation. From logistics to marine operations, our commercial fuel solutions are expertly tailored to ensure your operations run smoothly and efficiently. With Unipet, it's more than just fuel. It's about providing seamless delivery, unmatched reliability, and the dedicated support necessary to propel your business forward. Join the myriad of industries across the nation that trust Unipet for superior efficiency, sustainability, and performance. Contact us today at 338-4UNI, sales at unipet.co.tt, or visit our website at unipet.co.tt to explore our solutions. Unipet Commercial Fuel, powering your potential.
This segment is brought to you by Unipet.
Sir.
Welcome back. This is the 12th man here on TTT. All right. Next up is a very popular Wesa segment brought to you by Unipet. You go to Unipet and you get all your gas at Unipet. They say, Wesa, who knows what could come your way? So Unipet, Wesa. All right, so let's have a look at the persons who would have had Wesa moments. Let's go on. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the list And there you see in the list. Well, yes, Ryan Reynolds, his team Wrexham, every year they have progressed up the and they're now into the championship division. We all know Ryan Reynolds, obviously from the movies, obviously, right? Deadpool. So he put all his money behind Wrexham, and they're aiming to go into the Premier League. So let's see how they go. Then we have Sarr for Crystal Palace. Ismail Sarr for Crystal Palace. Then we have Hull, who scored the equalizing goal for Manchester United right in the 96th minute. And he slot the congratulations for what he has done with Liverpool, obviously. Jules Koundé, who would have got the winning goal for you all in that Copa final, obviously, went out of nothing. That shot, it was an error, though. I have to say, a bad pass by, I think it would have been the Croatian, let's forget his name right now, from Real Madrid, obviously. The veteran Croatian player, obviously. Modric played a bad pass. All right, Scott Matombe, for Napoli, he scored the goal, and now Napoli are leading in the Serie A. Napoli have gone to the front. You all got rid of him, Manchester United. And then Rico Lewis continues to score goals for Manchester City. All right. So we're going to give you all some Wesa moments. Because he's young, I'm going to start with you first, and you can give him the experience.
Okay.
But this one is very easy, because you've already done it. So it's normally an imaginary situation. But here, Liverpool have won the league already. So I can't imagine they're going to win the league already. So I'm going to have to say Liverpool win the league, and they go on now and win the Club World Cup, which is coming up, obviously, in July. They go on and win the Club World Cup. So let's say your version of Wesa.
By beating Manchester United.
But if you want to do that, go ahead. Beating Manchester United.
Wesa!
The man out for you, boy. The man out for you. You caused that. You caused that on yourself. All right. Youngster, I come to you, so I'll give it a little time to settle in. Similar question for you, but in this time it's the European League. And I'm going to throw it that, because the man doing that, I'm going to do that. I'm going to help you. Manchester United go on and win the European League, and also shock the world, win the Club World Cup. Let's hear your version of Wesa.
I'm going to be just chill. Just chill. My football speaks for itself. Always.
Very calm.
So if that happens, you're jumping anywhere, you're jumping up and down. What are you doing?
Chill.
When you jump to windows?
You trying to get me in trouble?
No, I just asked you because I want to know. Here I try to know. Here I try to understand. You're so calm, but yet still you'd be forced to jump through windows. So you can't be that calm. You have some. There is an emotional side to you.
Of course there is.
So you're like Jekyll and Hyde.
I wouldn't go that far.
As the situation arise.
Yes. If the situation
arise is the wrong word. All right. So let me not use that word. But I hear you. All right, youngster. Hear the situation. A much more civil situation. Barcelona go on and win all four trophies. You've won 2 already. Obviously the Copa del Rey, and then you won the earlier one that was in Saudi Arabia, right? So you win 2. So now you go on and win 2 more, which is La Liga, and you're going to win the Champions League. Let's hear your version of Wesa and who you're going to call it. Hear all of them when they say Wesa. So you give us your version.
I think if we demolish PSG in the final, because last year they beat us really bad, I have to say, and it was on my birthday too, so that made me feel real bad. So that was
a bad birthday.
Yeah. Actually, no, I was in Miami for that one, so
it wasn't so bad.
Nah,
right,
but yeah. Good. So if we demolish them in the final, that would be the best thing ever in the world.
So let's see how we would say Wesa. Wesa, you heard the voice, you heard him say Wesa. Let's hear your version. You could sing?
No.
All right, well.
No,
well, you join the gang. All right, so go ahead.
Wesa.
All right, not bad at all. Not bad. Arthur Hutton.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, that's a tough one. But the only thing left for Arsenal is to possibly win the champion. They have nothing else you could win, right? So Arsenal go on and win the Champions League. Let's hear your version of Wesa and who you would call.
Let's see who I would call.
But let's say your Wesa. What you would say Wesa? If Arsenal win Champions League, they never win Champions League in their life.
Wesa!
Who you want to play in the Champions League final? If you have an imaginary thought, who you would like to play?
Barca.
You want to play Barca?
Yeah, easier to beat.
Easier to beat. One talk!
Barca's just name, and you know how we tend to perform against big teams. We demolish Real Madrid. You have Barca down as next. Right?
Aiden, one thing I forgot to ask, is there anybody you would call if you go on and win all 4 titles? Anybody you would call? Any of your friends, 4 trophies, who you would call?
Yeah, my friend Raul. I would call him instantly. He's supposed to be Real Madrid. So
Yeah, with a name like Rahul, he had to be so Real Madrid. I was going to wonder, he could be, so he's somebody Real Madrid. Call him one time.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next segment. All right, so in this segment, I'm going to ask each of you all if there's somebody, it could be a player, it could be an official, it could be a fan, it could be a friend, it could be an ex, who you want to put. And when I say that, every camera goes on 2 men. There are 2 men in particular here when I say that word, that sweat. One man sweating on a red, the other man in white. Anyway, don't sweat, gentlemen, don't sweat. Sweat when you go home. Right? No, I shouldn't say sweat when you go home. I shouldn't say that. Anyways, whatever you want to do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do, yes? Forget it. All right. Let me forget that talk for the time being. Anyway, who you want to put in the doghouse? I'll tell you first.
Well, the first name come to mind is our good friend Sterling.
No, hold on. You want to, hold on, you're confusing us? You just say to keep Sterling.
Yeah, I want him.
But you want to put me in the doghouse now?
But apparently that's happening. Have you mind the doghouse?
All right, you want the man in the doghouse. All right, you want Sterling in the doghouse. All right. Could who from football, because I'd ask you that way, who from football you want to put in the doghouse? Right? I want you to stay on football and stay focused.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The doghouse right now, I would put Liverpool.
Liverpool?
Yeah. I thought it on that 20 title.
Why?
Because they equal you.
Correct.
You think anybody put you in the doghouse tonight?
Of course.
Tonight?
Of course.
All right. Yeah, I think so too. Be safe when you go home. All right. So, Aiden, who you want to put in the doghouse?
Vinicius Junior. I just don't like his attitude at all.
You don't like him?
Not at all.
Yeah. You know, sometimes when, this is my opinion, when a team doesn't like a player because that player is so good that he irritates them.
I mean, he's good, I'll give him that, but like his attitude as well, he's like to blame everything on racism, and that's his excuse for everything, racism, and he's just a crybaby on the field as well.
All right, a crybaby. All right. Nothing wrong. Oh, you tell Raul that?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's say Rodney. Who you want to put in the doghouse?
I will put the Premier League in the doghouse because I find for the Manchester United situation with the Chargers, they're taking too long.
Oh, that, yes.
You know, and that's going on and on and a lot of things.
Dragging that on, that's true.
Yeah, I want them to get a swift solution. And secondly, Manchester United. You know, because they're just wasting time. It's like, you want to be in the league or you want to be in the championship? You know, catch a form, you know, and win something.
Oh, good! All right, on that.
With a local team then?
Yeah.
You want to go into the Premier League? That's Wayne Cunningham favorite team. All right, we take a short break. Oh, sorry. The doghouse.
Yeah.
Doghouse. Yeah, let's use in the doghouse. Oh, my goodness. Harry Kane. Because he gets... That's bad luck, eh?
Yeah.
Harry Kane gets suspended. He will miss the Bayern's title-winning game. Man never win a trophy, and he's going to miss that game. How blight could you be, Harry Kane? Hey, and next thing you know, Tottenham go and win the European Cup.
Yeah, you have a house in Manchester United area, you know.
Harry Kane?
Yeah,
all right. Let's take a short break. We'll be back.
Hey football fans, this is Shaka Hislop. Football fever returns to Trinidad and Tobago, and for many, this is the best time of their life. In Trinidad and Tobago, nothing beats a good old talk. The banter, the heckling, the teasing. And in season 5 of the 12th Man, Andre Batiste is committed to delivering your voice and your team. 12th Man is on and better than ever. And all you say a prayer for Andre, please. Let's pray together that this is Arsenal's year. Lord knows we've been laughing at him long enough.
your business is a powerhouse. And at Unipet, we recognize the importance of efficiency in every operation. From logistics to marine operations, our commercial fuel solutions are expertly tailored to ensure your operations run smoothly and efficiently. With Unipet, it's more than just fuel. It's about providing seamless delivery, unmatched reliability, and the dedicated support necessary to propel your business forward. Join the myriad of industries across the nation that trust Unipet for superior efficiency, sustainability, and performance. Contact us today at 338-4UNI, sales at unipet.co.tt, or visit our website at unipet.co.tt to explore our solutions. Unipet Commercial Fuel, powering your potential.
Welcome back, welcome back. Okay, here is the 12th man on TTT. And next up is rollback. We're going to roll back the years. Now, because of the youngster here, I'm going to roll back the years 5 years because he's so young. And if I went back the year 15 years, he wouldn't have been born. So can't do it. So he's going to save some people and make it extremely hard for others. He's going to make it hard for Arsenal, and he's certainly going to make it hard for Manchester United if I ask for the best moment in the last 5 years. So I'll leave you all for last. All right? So let me start first. Let me start first with the man from Liverpool. Best moment for you in the last 5 years as a Liverpool supporter?
When Liverpool beat Tottenham and left the Champions League.
Right,
that was
yes.
real nice.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
true.
true.
Trotters.
Okay.
Up the road and...
How you behave?
Like a wajang.
Whoa!
Yeah, it was real nice. It was real nice.
You was by yourself or you had the ex with you? Sorry, what I said there? I shouldn't say that. Sorry. You was by yourself?
No comment.
No comment. All right. Don't think about it. How long ago that was?
Next.
All right. All right. Aidan, best moment as a supporter of Barcelona?
Definitely when we won La Liga in 22-23, because when Xavi came in, we were a total mess, and he came in and did that with that squad. I think that's amazing what he did. It was brilliant, just brilliant, and it started the journey to where we are today.
So you think, fast forward now, if you think like Marvin who is here, and you go on and win 4 titles, do you think that will surpass that memory? If you do it this year, that I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think it will. If we
I
go
think
on
so too.
quadruple, yeah.
Obviously, it's been in terms of the matches and the standard of football, it's been a lot higher. All right, good. 5 years. You only have 5 years. I know that is a good search for both you and Arthur Hutton. So let me start with you first. Last 5 years, your best moment. 5 years.
I think that come back when 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, there was a guy in last week who said the same thing, which surprised us, but he did say that last week.
If we had to go over wider...
Yes. No, it was only 5 years. Yeah, so that stands out for you?
Yeah, that stands out.
Wow, what a way to stand out. All right, no, nothing wrong with it. It was an exciting game, I must say that. As a neutral watching it, it was exciting. I never, you know what stands out for me? There was a time when the camera was actually on a young boy. He was crying. Remember the little boy? Yeah. The boy was crying. And when the team turned around and when you see the father lift him up and he's happy, look at that transformation in 4 or 5 minutes. That little boy transformed completely, you know. I never forget that. Yeah, as I watched it, I remember watching it and saying, wow, poor guy. All right, Arthur Hutton, best moment in the last 5 years as an Arsenal supporter. That's a lot of hard thinking.
No. Was I think 5-0 or 7-0 drubbing against City.
We beat City. Arsenal beat City 5-0?
Yes, yeah.
I don't think so. 5-1 maybe or something, or 4-1. That was just recently.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah. But so
5-1, I think it was
5-1. Yeah, that was just recently 5-1.
Because that City side was roughing up too much teams over the years, boy, including us. And I was glad for that victory. I was very, very glad.
All right, so we have some time. So let's talk a little bit. Let's look a little bit ahead to next week, obviously. So I'm going to start with you, the most neutral man first. You have no team in the Champions League. Sorry about that.
Completed.
You have no team in the European League. That's not your fault either. No. Right. So let's first talk about the Champions League. How do you see it going? What are your predictions for the 2 games? Let's start first with the game on Tuesday. Tuesday we'll see Barcelona going to Inter. How do you see that game going?
But that'll be a nail-biter because the first leg was 3-3 and it was very exciting football. So Italy teams, well, especially Inter, will be very strong at home, and the crowd, that 12th man, will really push them. I think, sad to say, but over the edge to the next round and knock out Barcelona. I would say a really hard 4-2-1.
You know the. I see now Aiden watching you there. He not happy. Not happy. All right. The next game is of course PSG at home to Arsenal. How do you see that one?
I would root for Arsenal. You know, as his friends, me and you, Andre. Not so much this guy on the side. Sorry, Honorable Minister. But I want Arsenal to, hold a trophy, get out of the way now, buddy, and stick it to Man U fans and say, hey, everybody else winning except you.
Yeah.
So
all right. I can't argue with half of what you said at all. All right, youngster, Aiden, let's say your prediction on the two games.
I think Inter will be a very tough matchup for us, but yeah, the crowd will be like the 12th man, as Rodney said. And it will be hard, but I think we could go there and win against Inter. And then on Wednesday, as much as I want Arsenal to win, I think PSG will be better on the day. They'll be more confident. They went to the Emirates and won already, so they already have that confidence and put Arsenal down.
All right. Let's go to the Courtney. Again, neutral because your team is not there. First game, Inter at home to Barcelona.
Yeah, I think it probably will end up in a draw. And
again?
Yeah, I think that I more suspect that game going down to penalties.
Penalties? Yeah. And who will win on penalties?
That one I don't know. That's a toss-up.
Yeah. But give us a prediction.
Inter 5-4 on penalties.
5-4?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Next game. PSG versus Arsenal.
I ain't seen Arsenal beating our PSG side. I'll be honest.
No.
Based on the game that I watched this week. No. I mean,
I tell you what's going on here.
No, Blake calls a bet.
No. I'm not a gambling man in that.
No. He's a jumping man, not a gambling man. He jumps. He doesn't gamble. He jumps. And that in itself is a gamble. That means you're taking a gamble. And let me tell you, when you jump through a window, you're taking a gamble. Really. And that's one of the worst gambles, You could lose your life on that one. All right, but anyway,
I don't see, and I've been honest here, PSG, based on the game that I saw this week, is looking very efficient.
I think so too, honestly. I want to
Arsenal, I think this is one of the more disappointing games I've seen from Arsenal this season. So unless there's a complete turnaround.
I think one of the important points to remember is the absence of Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey would have missed the game, and it meant that Declan Rice was playing in number 6 position instead of playing in number 8 position. And therefore, he couldn't go forward. So Partey will return. That could be the only difference I could see in the team. There can be no other.
We'll see.
We'll see. See how it goes. Arthur Hutton, let's say your prediction on the two games. Let's first start with the game between Barcelona and Inter Milan.
I'll give Barca the edge because of their talent and ability. A very skilled team, very well coached team as well. They have a top-of-the-line coach. What's his name again?
Hansi Flick.
The German.
The German, that's right. That's right. Because I'm a German.
Germany in the World Cup.
And that is what brought Liverpool into the limelight years ago with this guy, Klopp. Yeah.
All right, I don't overdo it. Don't overdo the German thing now, God.
No, it's the truth.
When you're going down the road, Germany's getting knocked into the World Cup so easy, you got to relax now.
Don't worry, not this time around.
Not this time, how much time do you go through that? That sort of pressure.
Don't worry, my friend.
Sell that German jersey. All right, anyway, so let's go back. Next game is Arsenal against PSG.
Yeah, right. PSG could be overconfident. Right? They could be overconfident. My good friend suggested they will be confident. I think they could be overconfident. Arsenal, they are hungry, very hungry. As everybody knows, it's time for a trophy in the cupboard. So, and they'll be coming guns blazing. They'll be coming guns blazing.
I hear a lot of people, none of that. But anyway.
A lot of players, they don't like rice. And we have...
No. Well, not a lot of players, Real Madrid players.
No. The same thing. Everybody would suffer on the rice.
All right.
And my good friend Saka.
All right. So, all right, let me start with you first. I am calling it that Tottenham will play Manchester United in the finals of the European League. How do you feel that will go? Who will win that game between Tottenham and Tottenham?
I feel Tottenham, yeah. Manchester, just said, they're losing it they're losing too many games. There's something wrong with them this year and probably last year too. They're losing too much. I think Tottenham, I'll get Tottenham the edge.
Aiden, how do you see that game, Tottenham against Manchester United, the finals of the European League on the 18th of May?
I think that United will win. As much as I want Tottenham to win, I don't think that they have the determination to win a trophy.
I support my friend Aiden and support Man U for that. fantasy that they say. They're still...
You supporting Manchester United?
Yeah, well, if they reach, because
Right.
they're 3-0 ahead, but
Yes.
you know what went on
Right.
the last game, you know,
Right.
they slip up in the back with Onana. He'll be the goalkeeper that day or no? You sure? So we will see. You know, but they will win, I wonder.
1-0?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
And Courtney, I mean, I know the obvious answer, but I'm still going to ask you, how you see that game going?
2-1 United.
2-1
And,
United?
yeah, if Tottenham is, while they're having a bad season in the league, for some weird reason, they're catching our length, still just like us in the not the Conference League, in the Europa League.
All right. As we go, we're just going to put up on the screen quickly the team sheet. This is the schedule of matches. The biggest match there might be Chelsea against Liverpool. So that might be the biggest match there. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, Chelsea should do a guard of honor for Liverpool. They should. So let's see if the London men do indeed oblige. All right. Much thanks. This has been the 12th man here on TTT. Goodbye.
Twelfth Man brought to you by